It's officially been 1 year since I quit my 9-to-5 corporate engineering job. Before I quit my job, I was feeling completely lost, misaligned, and extremely terrified of the future. I had no idea what my life was going to look like after quitting, but I knew I had to get out and fast. And what I didn't expect was to consistently have experiences in my life after quitting that made it extremely clear I was on the right path. I already had a small community on YouTube, so the first thing I did was share my experience quitting my job with my community. And my Why I Quit My Job video blew up for the size of my channel and pushed me past the monetization threshold for YouTube. So now I was officially a paid YouTube creator. Next, I started Instacart shopping. Yes, I went from being an engineer to doing gig work, but I had to make money somehow, right? And doing this reminded me the concept of hard work and what the value of money really was. My very first delivery I did was to an extremely rich family with a very large house, and they gave me a $20 tip, which was the largest tip I ever received my entire time doing it. When this happened, I was extremely grateful and immediately felt this sense of relief that what I was doing was what I was supposed to be doing. Then I started Rover pet sitting. I pretty quickly, after creating my profile, got my first client, and it was a really great stream of income for me. Not only did it help me financially, but it also helped me to learn to market myself and to network and work with people in person again, which is something I was really not used to doing. And then an old friend of mine reached out of the blue to just see what I was up to. It's someone I used to nanny for back in high school, and we've stayed in touch pretty much every year since then. When she reached out, I found out that she was looking to change up what she was doing and ended up asking me to start a digital marketing agency with her. We started working together, and I rediscovered my love for systems and organization as well as marketing. Around this time, we actually ended up making it through the rest of our lease in Washington, D.C., and we packed everything up and moved back to Florida. This was really bittersweet for us, and I was really ready to go, but it also felt like closing the door on a really difficult journey that I had there and letting go of a dream that I thought was going to be the rest of my life. Graduating from school, getting the great job, moving to a city, getting married, having our own apartment, all of that sounded great on paper, but once I really had it, I realized that it really wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't aligned with my true values deep down, and it wasn't satisfying the needs that I had as a human. I felt so disconnected from who I was and what I really wanted with my life in this job that I couldn't even find passion or fulfillment outside of work with hobbies either. So when we left DC, I was really sad, to be honest, but I was excited to start this new chapter and move back to a place that I always said I never wanted to live, Florida. When we moved back to Florida, we weren't able to afford our own place right away. We had pretty much burned through the rest of our savings and were running pretty dry financially. We ended up living with Oliver's sister and brother-in-law for almost 2 months, staying in their guest room. And overall, it really couldn't have gone any better. They were wonderful hosts. We loved living there, but it was a challenge not having our stuff anymore, not having our own space. Our cat wasn't living with us. She was staying at my mom's house, and I really struggled to figure out what this balance looked like. I continued working on that digital marketing agency, and we ended up getting our first full contract for $3,000 for marketing, which felt like a huge win. I was making actual money doing something for myself. It was the best feeling in the world, but we still didn't have our own place. We started trying to look for apartments in Orlando, and it was extremely difficult to find the right one. Apartment after apartment just kept falling through, and it felt like we were never going to get approved with our current financial situation. After dealing with my laptop I've had for many years, that was the sole thing helping me run my business, breaking on me unexpectedly, to getting a new laptop and then spilling on it and breaking the new one as well, I was really down in the dumps and just ready to get into our own space. And then suddenly the perfect apartment came onto the market. It was a price range that we were able to deal with. It wasn't really what we wanted, but it wasn't terrible. There was this perfect alignment in time where the apartment dropped in price right when we were looking to sign a lease. We toured and moved in within 4 days, and we suddenly found ourselves in the area that I've always wanted to live in, completely by chance. Then what came next was the icing on the cake of realizing that what I was doing was the correct path I was supposed to be on. I had continued to build up my YouTube channel and now was at about 2,000 subscribers when the HuffPost reached out to me to interview me for an article on quiet quitting. That then led to the Wall Street Journal, and then Good Morning America, and then finally CNN, all about quiet quitting, which is a topic I had created a video on months ago. Looking back, if someone had told me that I would be doing an interview on live television talking about how I quiet quit to prepare for the day where I could fully leave my job, I would have told them they were crazy. 1 year ago, I was a lost 23-year-old that felt completely stuck. Now, I feel completely free. Free to live my life on my own terms in a way that's aligned with my true values. No longer trapped by the expectations of other people and society as a whole. No longer blaming them for the unhappiness I felt about my own life. It has not been an easy journey at all, but it's one I would do all over again if I had to. Now, think about your own life. Is what you're doing right now a struggle that's worth it to you in the long run? Are you going to look back on this and say with confidence that you would do it all over again? Are you working towards the life and the end goals that you want for yourself? If not, what's holding you back? What small or big next step can you take to start walking the path you actually want to be on? So that's what the past year of my life has been like. But what am I up to now? Am I still struggling financially? Am I content with how things are? Is it everything I expected it to be? Well, let's fast forward to today and find out.